Good afternoon, Kansas. As we head into midday, it looks like things have dried out a little bit for Wichita. It's still pretty windy out there, though. Mind you, though, after that rainfall that we had this morning, we now need to watch out for some snowfall, especially by later on this evening and tonight. Currently sitting in the upper 30s. In addition to that wind, it's pretty chilly out there. When it comes to our chances, they remain pretty low early on in the afternoon, but elsewhere, we'll still continue to track that snowfall, tracking that and more coming up in your full Storm Track 3 forecast. Your news starts now.
This is KSN News 3 at noon.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jason Lamb. Thank you so much for choosing KSN News at noon. A major winter storm is moving across Kansas, dumping several inches of snow already. The snow combined with strong wind gusts, prompting blizzard warnings for parts of the state. Here is a live look over Garden City from our Skyview camera. You can see the snow accumulating on the parking lot and the road there. Traffic is moving a little slow. We do have team coverage this afternoon. Mally Jones is in Storm Track 3, keeping an eye on the road conditions. Meteorologist Jack Boston's breaking down snowfall totals so far. But first, leading off is meteorologist Ronell Williams, who's tracking the storm.
Yeah, of course, keeping an eye on Storm Tracker radar. That action getting started earlier this morning around 3 a.m. And here's how things have evolved. Definitely seeing a lot more wintry weather rather than wet compared to what we experienced earlier this morning. So that snow mainly across far northern as well as western parts of the area. Believe it or not, still actually seeing some rainfall in portions of southwest Kansas. But keep in mind, there is a very fine line between who's just seeing moisture in the form of rain, especially around portions of Cimarron, Montezuma, Mineola, Ford County, Dodge City, and who's seeing snow. Garden City already seeing some snowfall on the ground. Since earlier this morning, all that precipitation has been in the form of snow up towards northwest Kansas, southwest Nebraska, now some of our northernmost counties, Phillips County, Smith, as well as northern parts of Mitchell County, also seeing some of that snowfall. So this is going to continue as we go through the day with those northern western portions of the area seeing that snow. We'll see that change over closer to Wichita later on tonight. Now, meteorologist Jack Boston has an update on just how much snowfall we've seen so far. Jack?
Well, it's stacking up, Ronell, as this big storm system continues to come out of the west, and we got more on the way. I'll tell you, this is not it. Of course, the winner so far would be Leota, Kansas, with 5 inches, 3.5 inches at New Almelo, 3.5 inches at Hill City, a couple inches at Atwood, and also Saffordville, about an inch in Hillsboro, half an inch in Lincoln, but Salina, you've already picked up 3.5 inches. There are some amounts more than 5 inches starting to come in, just starting to come into the weather center from the western part of Kansas right now. Now, the heaviest snow right now, as Ronell mentioned, is in the western and the northern portions of Kansas. But as we head into tonight, some of us a little further south and east are probably going to get in on some of that snowfall as that strong storm system moves just to the south of the state of Kansas. Jason.
All right, thank you, Jack. Road conditions are deteriorating fast. Check out this picture. This is a semi that jackknifed on I-70 near Quinter this morning. Difficult to see it through that driving snow. Troopers say visibility was about 50 yards at the time. And this video was taken about an hour ago on I-70 west of Ellis. You could see a car that slid off the road trying to get out of the ditch. KSN's Mally Jones is live in Storm Tracker 3. Mally, how are roads in central Kansas?
Hey Jason, yeah, we have traveled from Wichita up I-35 northbound, and now we're getting close to McPherson, and for the most part we have run into some wet spots, a little bit of moisture. You can see some of that snow on the shoulders there as that's been left over from Friday's storm. And like I said, mostly throughout this drive northbound on I-35 we've run into just mostly some moisture, some wet spots, but just make sure to keep an eye out of these conditions as they change, and different parts of the state are looking a little bit different right now. So also another tip to keep in mind is keeping that car prepared if you have to head out into these conditions. Jason.
Thank you, Mally. Taking a look at other road conditions as reported by KDOT. The roads you see in red are closed, including US 83 from I-70 to Garden City, The ones highlighted in purple, like I-70 between Wilson and Colby, are completely covered in ice and snow. The roads you see in blue are partially snow-packed, and the ones in brown may have some slick spots. The best thing to do today, of course, is to stay home if you can, but if you have to get out, state troopers say keep enough space between you and the vehicles in front of you, and of course, I always have to remind myself of this, slow down.
It just causes for more slide-offs, it causes for more wrecks, and it causes more time for our responders to go to these things to help them when they need that assistance.
Another thing to do, make sure your lights are on. Automatic lights may not be on since it's daylight, so manually turn your lights on. And you can keep track of the snow from your phone. Download our free Storm Track 3 weather app. Do that today if you haven't already done so.